When most people think about Rome falling, they imagine warriors breaking gates, emperors stabbed in dark halls, or armies dying on bloody fields. But the real reason is slower. Empires rarely die in one moment. Their fall is usually quiet, small, and hidden until too late. The deadliest danger has always been tied to money. Rome did not fall just because of invading armies or greedy senators. At its heart, Rome's money system broke down. Coins lost silver and became almost worthless. What happened in Rome's vaults still warns us today. To understand this, we must go back to the time when Rome's money was trusted everywhere. The silver denarius, first made around 211 BC, was the heart of Roman trade. Mostly silver, it showed strength and trust. Soldiers carried it, merchants used it, and families saved it. Having a denarius meant holding Rome's power. Its value traveled far, from Spain to the Middle East. It was more than money. It was belief in the empire in metal. But empires grow, and growth needs money. Rome's armies, roads, temples, and wars cost huge sums. By the 2nd century AD, Rome stretched thousands of miles. Germanic tribes attacked from the north. Parthians threatened the east, and unrest grew in conquered lands. Taxes could not cover spending, and emperors, not wanting to hurt citizens, looked for an easier fix. They chose debasing coins. Instead of raising taxes, rulers made coins weaker. They cut silver, added cheap metals, and spread bad money. At first it was small, hardly noticed. But later, every ruler did it. It seemed smart, but caused disaster. The decline can be shown in numbers. Under Augustus, the denarius had over 95% silver. 100 years later, under Caracalla, it had 50%. By Gallienus, less than 5% remained. Coins that shone with silver became bronze discs with thin silver covers that soon wore off. People noticed. Merchants refused them. Soldiers demanded more pay because coins no longer bought food or shelter. As coins lost value, prices rose. A bushel of grain that cost 1 denarius might now need dozens. This was not math. It was trust gone. Money, the base of trade, was hollow. Families stopped using coins and traded directly. Farmers swapped food. Artisans exchanged goods for work. Communities went back to old systems because Rome's coins had no value. From 235 to 284 AD, the empire fell into the crisis of the 3rd century. Plagues, civil wars, and attacks happened fast. Over 50 years, more than 20 emperors ruled, most dying quickly. The root cause was money. Taxes were in coins that lost value fast. Farmers left fields, cities emptied. Trade that once crossed continents fell apart. Desperate rulers acted harshly. Diocletian, in the early 4th century, tried to stop rising prices. His 301 AD edict on maximum prices fixed costs for over 1,000 goods and wages. Breaking rules meant death. But people did not trust broken coins. Black markets grew, trade stopped, and the law made things worse. People knew no ruler could fix hollow money. Rome later stopped the denarius. Constantine made the solidus, a gold coin, around 312 AD. For a while, it helped the economy and lasted in the East for centuries. But in the West, it was too late. Rome could not feed armies, repair roads, or defend itself. By the time barbarians entered Rome, the empire had been dying from inside for generations. The lesson is clear. Money can destroy nations. Rome's leaders tried to cheat economic rules, hiding decay behind coins. Modern governments do similar things with paper money, digital balances, and debt. The truth stays the same. Weakening money always brings ruin. History warns again. Germany after World War I shows this. Burdened by reparations, the government printed money. By late 1923, hyperinflation destroyed the Weimar Republic. Bread that cost 1 mark before the war cost billions. Families carried cash in wheelbarrows, only to see it vanish. Pensions and savings died, trust failed, and extremists rose. Zimbabwe's crisis in the 2000s was similar. Land loss and poor production hurt the economy. The government printed money for debt. By 2008, inflation reached 89.7 sextillion% per year. Shops raised prices daily. People stopped using local money, turning to dollars and rand. Another paper empire fell, leaving citizens ruined. The United States also shows risks. In 1971, Nixon cut the dollar from gold. Dollars became fiat, backed by trust alone. Overspending grew, national debt rose, money supply grew, inflation quietly reduced paychecks' power. Though not as extreme as Weimar or Zimbabwe, the trend is clear. Leaders call this growth. Rising wages are praised even when prices rise faster. Stock markets are celebrated, though most people own nothing. Debt is called investment, though it buys consumption more than growth. Governments say printing money is safe, just like Roman emperors claimed with worthless coins. The risk today is worldwide. Rome's fall hurt one empire. Weimar hurt one nation. Zimbabwe hurt one region. Now, money is linked globally with fiat, debt, and banks. If trust fails now, the whole world could fall. The cost will not hit rich people with land or gold. It will hit workers, retirees, and families depending on salaries, pensions, and savings in fragile money. What can we learn from Rome? First, inflation is not a mistake. It is a hidden tax. Second, real wealth is not bills or digital balances, but assets, skills, and resources that last. Third, stability is never certain. Empires fall when they think they are eternal. When money fails, societies break. Contracts mean nothing, armies quit, governments fail, foreign enemies may strike last, but decay starts in treasuries. Rome's story is a mirror. Ignoring it risks the same end. The denarius was Rome's promise. Like the dollar, euro, or yen today, broken promises cannot be fixed. Trust lost is never fully returned. Rome's fall was not swords or attacks. It was silver coins turning to dust and people realizing too late that money itself can be the deadliest enemy. But this story is not just about Rome. It is about every nation that thinks it can ignore money's rules. When leaders spend too much, print too much, or lie about value, the people always pay the price. The rich escape, but workers and families are left with nothing. Look around today. Prices for homes, food, and fuel rise year after year. Wages grow slower. Families borrow more just to live. Governments promise safety, but debts climb higher. These are signs of weakness, not strength, even if news and leaders pretend otherwise. Technology and digital money may look new, but the danger is the same. If trust breaks, no app or screen can fix it. A coin of silver or gold keeps value, but numbers on a screen can vanish in a second. People who believe otherwise may learn too late. History shows that collapse often comes suddenly. For years, life may seem normal. Then, in one season, money fails, prices explode, banks close, and fear spreads. Those who prepared with skills, land, or real goods survive. Those who trusted paper promises suffer most. So the warning is simple. Do not trust weak money forever. Learn from Rome, from Weimar, from Zimbabwe. Protect your future with things governments cannot create from nothing. value real work, real goods, and real trust. Because in the end, money is not just numbers. It is the foundation of life together. And when that foundation breaks, everything above it falls. Rome's story is not finished. It is still being written in our world today.